Hi guys, it's Dr. Wendy Coburn here at One Village Chiropractic. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pregnancy chiropractic and pediatric chiropractic. I'm a family practitioner. I've been practicing in Edmonton for a little while and birthed all my children in Stony Plain, which is now moved into the Lucina Center with Maureen and a little bit of help of Noreen and Joanna. So our kids now are 12, 13, and 14. But I have a passion for it, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world. The first time there can be interference in the nerve system is in utero. So when mom is stressed during pregnancy, it not only impacts her and how her body is working, how it feels, but mostly how it works, but it starts to train and strengthen and mature that sympathetic fight or flight protective part of the nerve system of baby. So it is more dominant. More and more research is coming out about that, but I'm going to come into that in a minute. So pregnancy, when is the best time to go to a chiropractor for pregnancy? It's actually at preconception. We want to make sure mom and dad are functioning at their very, very best, so everything in their body is working at its very, very best. If we can't get them at preconception, it's early pregnancy. It's not week 36, 37, and oh no, baby's not in the right position. We've heard of Webster to help baby get in the right position before due date. But it's helping mom have a state of ease throughout pregnancy, so she's not developing a whole bunch of symptoms, helping her with her hydration to minimize morning sickness or help prevent it, helping keep the upper back nice and loose to minimize anything going on in the chest cavity or that sensation that doesn't feel so good. Helping make sure that the neck is moving so that autonomic system that controls everything and communicates with baby is functioning and is in a state of ease, so baby's nerve system can grow and develop in a balanced state. Making sure that that nerve system also is clear and free of any interference, so when baby does decide it is time to come into the world, that communication pathway is totally clear, less chance of any interruption or interference, to help with that process and that greeting, making sure that mom is in her best state of ease, so when she does start nursing, that stress doesn't slow down the milk flow. At the same time, headaches, hormonal changes, low back pain, you name it. When there is stress in the body is stuck in state of protection or that fight or flight, because we have all these anxieties. We've read that book, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and we're stressed about everything possibly going wrong, especially in this season that we're in right now. We don't have the community and the people that we're used to support us. We don't know where to go to have questions or answer questions, or are on all these communities and we're getting all this information. We don't know what information is right. Want to make mom just be at ease as much as possible, helping them with their nutrition, helping them with their healthy habits for mindset, but primarily making sure that that spine is moving as baby is growing and developing in their tummy and their body is changing, that they're not getting all that subluxation in that spine, impacting how the brain and the body communicate. So when the vertebrae in the spine are not moving, impacting the ligaments, the discs, the muscles, the tendons, the blood flow gets lowered, it actually impacts that communication flow of the nerve system. That's the primary part of chiropractic. It's not back pain. It's about making sure the body is working the way it's supposed to and helping it be its healthiest, best version of itself. So a chiropractic adjustment specifically going where there is a subluxation helps that body do what it is designed to do, function, heal, repair, and recreate. And as it's doing that optimally, it allows baby to grow as optimally as possible. As the body is moving and physiology is in a state of ease or greatest state of ease for that individual imbalanced, baby's going to have that space to move around, because movement is life. For us, if we stop moving, we stop seeing, we stop hearing, we stop feeling, things start to shut down, stop functioning. So when baby's trying to grow, it is so crucial for mom to be moving and baby to be moving, especially in the womb. So if the spine is subluxated, the nerves aren't communicating, yes, structurally, physically, the pelvis isn't moving, the spine's not moving, it doesn't allow the space for baby to move the way that they should. Yet at the same time, it's the communication from the nerves to allow the muscles to relax and not have tension on their own ligaments, having the spine, the head over the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, over the knees, so there's less stress and tension on mom, to allow and engage for the onset of delivery, so the muscles respond and react at the moment in time that they are supposed to help baby push themselves out, and at the same time for recovery after postnatally, getting in right away, especially in those first few days if possible, but the first few weeks, to make sure, same thing, they've just gone through the most amazing, beautiful experience, but also mentally, emotionally, and physically stressful, that it can create more subluxations and can impact the way that they heal, impact the way that they're nursing, the way their milk produces, impact just their body functioning, because it can stay stuck in that fight or flight. So chiropractic removes that interference. We don't treat any of the symptoms I just talked about. Those things manifest because of stress in the body, and the body is not releasing stress, it's holding on to protection. We want to get rid of that interference so the body doesn't have to protect all the time and stay stuck there, and have baby be born in that. So baby should be moving around the entire time during pregnancy, as you guys all know this so very well, because this is what you study, this is what you master. And also as they're moving around, helping their brain grow, sometimes they do potentially get a little stiff or stuck. Sometimes they're going to get stuck and push up into the ribs. Mom should never feel rib pain. That's a sign that chiropractic is necessary, because something in her system is not in a state of ease, not allowing that full space for baby to maneuver in there. Sometimes though, baby will get that nuchal hand. Their arm's going to be like this, hand way back, elbow forward. That makes them stuck. And adjusting will sometimes help them shift and maneuver. Yes, there's lots of great movements that mom can do, positions, all sorts of things to encourage and support, which we do. We also have on our website, onevillagechiropracticapp.com, some exercises, prenatal, postnatal, and also brain exercises for baby as well, postnatally. Also during pregnancy as well, mom shouldn't feel, right? Baby just pushing down. Mom shouldn't feel baby sitting still. So there's little things to help mom's system come into a state of ease, to encourage that nice internal environment for baby to be happy to freely move about. So if there is soreness, if there is pain in mom, yes, adjusting, getting the spine moving, the pelvis moving, especially the tailbone and the upper cervical spine, can help bring more ease into the body to allow that healthier environment for baby. If baby is not in the right position, yes, we want to, throughout pregnancy, be checking and making sure they're not getting in that compromised position. But if they are in the wrong position, again, removing that interference in the spine from that nerve system can help baby communicate with mom through that umbilical cord, through that nerve system. And by removing those physical barriers, allow baby to shift and maneuver into position through adjustments in the neck, the pelvis, and making sure that round ligament is not tight. So that's the Webster technique, which many of you heard about. But we want to check that throughout pregnancy, not just 36 weeks, oh my gosh, or 32 weeks, baby's not in the right position. Like moms are hearing at 32 weeks now from their OBs, baby's not in the right position. We may have to already start planning a C-section. High stress. There's, when they're coming in, you can feel it in their physiology and their spine, even before they say it. So we want to check them throughout. I know there's more details, but I'm trying to keep it simple. So during delivery, sometimes during delivery, baby decides, okay, I just need to stop here and rest here, and it stalls delivery. Maybe because mom has gotten overloaded, overwhelmed, because there's too many people coming into the room. That's where, as midwives and doulas, you guys are really good at helping control that situation so mom stays relaxed and calm as best you can. But sometimes that happens, and a chiropractic adjustment during the delivery itself, when that's happening, can help restart it. I've had that experience myself with my third. I woke up, I had labored all night through the night, nice and easy, slow. I woke up, my other two had woken up, and it's like my brain turned everything off. I said, nope, I don't have time for this, so everything stopped. So it wasn't until I got adjusted, it wasn't until 4 o'clock, but it wasn't until I got adjusted that within 15 minutes my labor started again, and within a couple hours baby was born. That doesn't happen every time, but it's just making sure that communication, that nerve system is happening. So afterwards, postnatally, when to check baby? My kids got checked within a few minutes after being born, because something could have happened during the pregnancy. Physical, mental, emotional, toxic, trauma, technology, all those things, those are kind of groups, there's subgroups in there, can cause interference to the nerve system. It doesn't have to be that physical stress. Mental, emotional is number one. But afterwards, we're just going to check baby and making sure everything is moving nice and slow. And it's the pressure you would put on baby's eyeball. So not a lot. It's very gentle, very light. The way you're holding and wiping and cleaning baby before, after mom's had them and after you've weighed them, all those things. before you've weighed them, depending on the situation. The way we check them is super, super light, little or no stress. We want to make sure nothing has gotten stuck during the delivery process or during the pregnancy that can impact them. Because we want them to start without any stress. Because when they have stress in their body's stuck in that protection, either because of gain, pregnancy, or the delivery experience, it can start to manifest, and it manifests different symptoms. Maybe it's the latching, maybe it's the tension, maybe they're not cuddly, maybe they're holding everything tight, maybe they're constipated, maybe these other symptoms are showing up that here in Alberta we're not allowed to mention those words anymore. But we want to make sure there's no interference, and if there's something that is tight, be it in the neck, the spine, the sacrum, or even in the skull that's impacting how they're functioning, we just hold it. And as we hold it, it's like your finger on butter or a hot knife on butter, it just kind of sinks and melts. Baby releases that subluxation, so the nerve system can flow, they're out of stress, things start functioning, bowel movements start happening, gas starts to dissipate. And these symptoms often start within a couple weeks after delivery, not right away sometimes. Kind of 2 to 6 weeks is when they start to show up. They were probably subluxated in utero or during the delivery process, but the body adapted and kind of was processing them, trying to sort out what was happening and just functioning and being on this side of the world. It started to show up. So we want to catch them as early as we possibly can. So it is good to do a wellness checkup before they have symptoms, because we don't want to just treat symptoms. That's the medical model, treating it when there is an actual symptom versus trying to get and make sure everything is working really, really well. So they're not manifesting stuff. That's stress for baby, they're not absorbing well, they're upset, that's impacting everything, but it also impacts the parents, it's exhausting, impacts other family members as well. So we want to check them beforehand. Earlier the better that we check them. If there is something, we can get rid of it faster so that it doesn't manifest into something else. And just so you know, some of these symptoms people say, oh, it'll go away, all of a sudden it's just gone. Well, you know what, it's not. The baby's body and nerve system has grown around that physiological roadblock or interference, but it shows up as something else, and it shows up as something else. And the longer it's there, especially if it's still interfering with by the age of 12, they can have chronic problems for a lifetime of subluxation that's manifesting in different ways in their life. And a lot of times those things are supported by medication. And sometimes now they're saying within a few months, certain things can be diagnosed that maybe may not need to be there because we checked them. We checked to make sure there was no interference in that system. So guys, we really want to check everything out. We don't just check their spine, we check all their reflexes, their tone, their hips, their shoulders. We look at everything, and we want to make sure that they're functioning and they're perfect and nothing got missed. Wouldn't believe how many times I do catch little ones that do have broken collarbones or different things going on that accidentally got missed. And that's okay, so we want to make sure none of that's happening. So hopefully that helps you understand a little bit about the importance of chiropractic throughout pregnancy, during delivery, postnatally, as soon as we can to make sure they're doing great. And we'll talk about toddlers later on. Thanks, guys. Subscribe to us, like us, listen to our other videos, check out our website, onevillagechiropractic.com, so you can just learn a little bit more. I know you guys are busy, but thank you for taking the time.